Hello, everybody. Got a nice little stack of comics today. Some fun ones to go over. Get to doing some reviewing. Yeah, The Exiled by Wesley Snipes. This is pretty good. I didn't mind it so much. And we got a very interesting story. I gotta watch what I show. There's some pretty graphic content. The artwork is enjoyable. Basically, Wesley Snipes is a character going after serial killer type uh, being that's ripping the spines out of people. It's like they're dying. The part that was weird. The story's by Wesley Snipes, Adam Lawson, and Keith Aram. We got script and letters by Adam Lawson, art by Gabriel Esquivo Santos, and colors by Valentina Biancani and Michael Calero for the editor. Uh, I guess that might be why they started the prices at an outrageous amount when I first seen them in the catalog, and that's why I didn't jump on them. But basically, he's like a cop, investigator, whatever, and he's going after this killer that's killing these people by ripping their spines out. But it starts out showing it looking like they're being tortured and killed, and then the spines are being removed. But yet they're sitting there and acting like the spines could have been removed by, well, she was hit by a car, so her spine just exploded out of her back. Well, where's the spine? And if the spine is missing and stuff, there's obviously some reason behind it. So we'll find out more about the whole thought behind the process and all that later on. But yeah, I actually didn't mind this as much as I thought. I was just depressed because of how they priced things. I mean, it's like, come on, Wesley. You're in jail for how long? You came out of jail. Financial stuff's all different, and it's like you're sitting there and hiking the prices up. But yeah, that's why I picked it up in a bargain bin. I got it for about $2. It's like, and it's only got a $4 cover price on this, so I don't know if it was just certain covers, specialty things that were going on that I was seeing where that price is just so jacked up. It just drove me nuts. I don't know what was up with that. We got Flesh and Blood. Oops, other issue. Number one, and I like these because a lot of them that I have the little gold labeling and stuff. So they're gold. There's gold editions. Cat's like, I'm sick and tired of you moving. I'm trying to be comfortable. Damn it! Climbed up on you. Thought I could take a nap. Number two, signed by Franco Aureliani. Number three, is that when I seen his name on him, once I fell in love with Oh Yeah Comics, Franco and Art Baltazar, and all the gang, uh, I noticed his name, but I'm like, is this a different person or what? Because it's like, I mean, the art style and stuff is completely different than what I expect from Franco. I mean, being with the Oh Yeah Comics group and doing all the different cartoon characters, I just got done weed whacking and decided to do these videos. I used a spool of my works, spool up another one. But I did a quick cleanup on all the weed whacking for the holiday week and sat there and I got pieces of dead weeds all over me right now. I figured I'd pump out a couple videos while I was cooling down and relaxing, got the door open. It's a nice day in the 70s. It's going to be back up to the 90s in a couple days, so I'm taking advantage of it. Uh, but yeah, this was, it took me a while to believe that it was Franco that did these. But yeah, it's that worked in these. I mean, with the storyline and stuff, it just so much different from the Oh Yeah comic style stuff. this one has Bud LaRosso and Franco doing the cover artwork on that one. Curious how much artwork he did do in these. And a lot of these have, and they're labeled with 2 stories, but the first one I didn't feel like I found the second story, even though the uh, uh, story headline and stuff that you'd see on the first page was on a later page. So that's considered the second story, but it's more like a chapter because the story runs all together. It all kind of works nicely together. So, and you got the same characters and everything in here. But basically, you got a vampire that's dealing with higher hierarchy, hierarchy of uh, vampires, like a sect of, I think it's a coven of 6 head vampires or whatever. He's trying to deal with them, and they're trying to go after someone for a certain blood type that they've been searching for, that they're going to be able to do mystical things with or whatever. That's just something about a character's blood that they're hunting it down. While they're doing that, they're constantly battling away, and this girl appears, and she basically been stalking him for a year and just wants to basically link up with him, become partners, become their own little sect. And while they do, you're dealing with the vampires from the other coven coming in, hunting them down, and trying to take them out. And it's an interesting storyline, enjoyable. I enjoy it more now that I know that Franco was really part of it. But and I always knew that was his last name, but I'm just used to just seeing Franco on everything. And it's like just a whole different style comic from him. But well done, enjoyable. I have another 2-issue run of it that I will be reading this week, so we'll see where that review goes. Uh, okay, stuff in the right piles. Then we got Get Fury #1. I was waiting for Eric to get on the Crimson Skull Comic Club to review it. I want him to review it, and then I was gonna give my opinion, but he sadly hasn't been on the club yet, and I don't want to wait too long so I don't forget what's going on. But start out with Frank, and things happen. Fury and a couple guys with him get taken in by the Viet Cong and Viet Cong. Um, and then we go to Frank sitting at the barracks. Some MPs coming up saying they're going to wipe out a bunch of dogs for issues that they're worried about. Uh, and one of Frank's guys that are part of Frank's group has a dog that he's not giving up. But then we find out that Frank has to go on a mission because Fury's been caught and they want him taken out if they can't get him out because they don't want the information that's in his head to get out there. And they did a great job because it shows Frank and Fury prior to Vietnam being in the military together, being friends, all that, being around each other a lot. And we get to find out why they know each other so well and all that stuff. And then you got to set Frank up to go and kill his friend. It's like, so you can imagine what's going to happen down the road. But I like it because we get mainly the story also told by um, military personnel that was in Vietnam, talking about things that happened and what they dealt with, and seeing it from his point of view, and it just that was a nice way to introduce us to what was going on in the storyline. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more of it. Uh, I just noticed that it's also part of Max Comics, so that's cool. Because you do definitely have some graphic issues in here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of it. Uh, it's done by Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows, Guillermo Ortega, uh, and Nolan Woodward. I think I want to say it's a 5 issue run, 4 or 5 issues, but and there's bonus digital edition stuff inside, which I didn't see that, but yeah, I probably talk about it a little bit more on the Crimson Color Comic Club once Eric gets there and reviews it. We also got Scrooge Infinity Dine. That's another one that we'll be doing as a club pick on the Crimson Color Comic Club. Probably in the month of July or early August. Uh, don't know why I got this one on. No, this one's got to go on the other stack. Sorry about that. Sticking with the military stuff, we got Star Spangled War Stories featuring GI Zombie one shot. This one I was worried that I had, and it was just a different cover. But this story I didn't have not checked out. But we basically see a starts out with, and this is off the Future's End storyline, but we get to see all hell breaking loose. Zombies all over the place. People panicking, trying to deal with it. At the same time, we're trying to find a cure for the virus, and we got patient zero at the moment. Is a gal that's known by some people that we're dealing with in this storyline, and it takes us right into an aircraft carrier that is being parachuted upon by a bunch of zombies parachuting in, and the zombies that are parachuting in have intelligence because they're using weaponry and stuff like that as they're flying in, and of course once they get on the ground, all feet on the ground, and they're just feeding away on everybody, zombifying everybody else, killing them off, and our GI zombie decides to dive into the attack and get into the picture and try and wipe out as much as he can. And he's got certain abilities that allows him to change form and stuff. Here's him hulking out in a giant zombie style format. But yeah, I really like this. The patient zero thing ends up having some issues along the way, and then they have to work out and try and figure out, and you just constantly see our characters trying to just deal with the zombies while they're trying to get the cure for the zombie virus out there and get just like launch a bomb off and try and get it all over the city and see what it can do. But if it's in it, wherever it is, it doesn't matter. It's already spread beyond the city, so you're gonna have to go way beyond the city to deal with anything that happens, unless you're gonna have a antivirus type bomb ready to go as soon as the outbreak happens. But a zombie outbreak happens so fast that there's no way you're going to contain it into one city, anyways. So yeah, that's But I like that GI Zombie character. I definitely want more of that. That's the second one shot I checked out so far. I think the other one was just a one shot. I think it was also a Star Spangled Banner style release. And that was. Did I mention our creators on that one? No, I don't. Do not believe I did. And I do not believe I can. Okay. Got Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti, Scott Hampton, all working on this. And a bunch of other people helping out with editors and stuff. Next up, we got Robotech by Brian Wood and Marco Turini. This has a blue inked sketch cover all set up for you so you can finish it off or add to it or do what you want to it. Uh, and then you still got the blank on the back and then the insides of each blank that you could add designs to, which I'm going to do. When I have 4 sides, I'm going to use all 4 sides. But there's the original cover underneath. It's like, I noticed with some of these covers, the staples are pretty much, they're such thicker covers, they don't have punch well. You'll get the creasing and stuff. But we get to basically start to learn about Robotech. We have an event going on where some characters are causing some problems, and we get to see a little bit of military uh, enforcement through the Robotech they've experienced in the beginning. Then we get to see I believe he's a Robotech member. He's going off to a military base to see his brother. And when he gets there, he finds out that his brother and the base has something going on. They're in the middle of a mission. So his brother has him arrested. His ship gets destroyed. He has to jump into another ship. That ship ends up having Robotech style. It transforms from the plane to the robot type thing when he's on the ground or coming down to the ground, and he doesn't know how to control it quite as well as his other ship because he's not used to this one. Wasn't expecting it to open up like that, but yeah, lead us into more of the Robotech world. But I didn't mind it. I'm not big on Robotech, but I'd read more of these. I wouldn't be against it. And then our last one, I was really happy I got my hands on. Finally, I should have picked this up a long time ago, but it's something epic #1. Nice little Nintendo Super Mario Brothers parody style cover. Uh, and this is done by Simon Kudransky and a variety of other people. But this is very interesting because if you've cut my reviews of, I'm thinking it's like issue 10 to 12, somewhere around there. And then I jumped on, started buying like 2 covers each month because they're Howard the Duck style looking covers. And I'm like hoping this character's in the storyline. Then I jump in there and find out he is. But they call him D so far in the first issue I read. We're not hearing no Howard or nothing like that. So I'm guessing it's just imagery wise, it's Howard. But we get a very interesting look. Basically, this is a story of Simon Kudrinsky's childhood, growing up, his visionary points of view, uh, how he looked at life, how he looked at life as a child. And it's just a wonderful, beautifully imaged story, a book, and it just gets really deep into it. We get to see even him signing his book, or him on in the pages of his book that he's writing, and see his views on the powers, the different characters, how they use things, how he sees everywhere in life he looks. He sees characters that are popping out of books, popping out of just walking around, and just popping out of imagery that he sees. And he goes down in the basement, and he's got a vampire and a vampire cat that live in his basement. He gets left home, and he's just working on things, and it just, you notice all these characters that he's feels he sees that are all around him. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just his imagination or playing off of, and that's how he became such a great creator over time, being stuck with this from his childhood, just constantly seeing things wherever he looks that are bringing him back to the comic universe. But there's so many wonderful characters in here that we get to see, and the way they explain it, and he explains it and lays it out, and just following this child throughout this story. And it starts out as far back as his birth. I mean, we get to see how the kid's kind of like a little bit extra active, has a little bit stronger brainwave thoughts, experiences, and stuff like that. Just it explains those people that can see things in a whole different point of view, see the world from a different direction. But this is wonderful. I'm glad I picked it up. Now I understand more of what the story's about, but I'm still far from understanding hardly anything of it. I'm going to have to go back in to the rest of the issues and get caught up to wherever I'm at. Issue 10, 11, 12. I can't remember which one I jumped on, or 13. Uh, but I'm definitely going to pick up all the issues after number one and get caught up, because I want to know exactly where the storyline's going, and I want to know as much as I can about D-Duck and some of the other characters that are in here. But yeah, that was a fun little stack. My new bookmark that the wife picked up. Man. Pack attack. But yeah, that's a little stack for today. Fun stack. Keep following Under the Color of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us their likes, check out Crimson Color Comic Club, and we will get back to you with more of these sometime soon. We got unpackings and everything else happening right now. A little bit of everything coming out every week, trying to get back to a relatively normal routine of certain things being released on certain days, and then have certain days for oddball stuff or whatever else I feel like posting, extra videos. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found something that you might want to pick up, and we'll talk to you again soon.